So I heard you wanted to start playing Dungeons and Dragons, but you have no idea where to start. And that is totally okay. It's totally normal. When I first started, I also had hardly a clue of how to begin or even what was involved in playing. And that's the purpose of today's video, is to help you figure out what you need to start playing Dungeons and Dragons. So first of all, you are going to need a group, and you can try getting a group of your friends together. Maybe you have some friends who have already played Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm telling you, they'd be more than happy to help you learn how to play. One thing about this community is that most people I've met are really excited about the game and really excited to get other people into the game, including myself, hence this video. If you can't find a group of friends to meet with in person, then I would recommend going to startplaying.com. It's a fantastic online website. It's free, you can make a free account, and you can sign up to join a group that meets anytime. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands of games going on all the time. And chances are you've been playing online, but online play for Dungeons and Dragons these days is better than ever. Then you're gonna want to schedule your first session. So if you're meeting with friends in person, just talk with them, figure out what your schedule is, what works best, any time of the day, weeknights, weekends, whatever works for you. If you're going to start playing, you look up the games, and they will usually have a schedule set up. So you want to find a group that kind of matches your schedule. But because there's hundreds, I'm sure you'll find one that fits you just right. And of course, don't forget to show up to the game expecting to have fun. It is a game. It is meant to be, you're meant to be creative, you're meant to just enjoy yourself and have a good time. So walk into any game with the expectation to have fun, and you will. There are some materials you will need to start playing, and so here is a comprehensive list of everything you will need, and I wrote it down because I can't remember things off the top of my head. That's just the way I am. The first thing you'll need is a copy of the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition basic rulebook, and you can find this for free online. If you go to D&D's website, they have it there. You'll also need one set of polyhedral dice. There's 7 different dice, and they're just, what every gaming dice set looks like. You can find those again online. Just look up D&D dice or polyhedral dice. You can also, if you have a local game store in your town, they will sell dice, usually $5-10 depending on the store. So not very expensive, and you can find them just about anywhere. You will also need one character sheet. Now, for most games, you want to have your character created before the first session begins. A lot of game masters or dungeon masters, they will work with you to make your character before the game starts, especially if you're a new player. That was my experience. I had a couple DMs, and they helped me create my first couple characters, and that was super nice. If you don't have someone who's willing to teach you, which I think that'd be kind of hard to come by, you can check out my character creation tutorial video that goes through how to make a fighter, but the basic rules and steps for making a fighter apply to any other class for any other character. You will also need a spell sheet if you're a spellcasting class like a wizard or sorcerer. The spellcasting sheet is also described in the video I mentioned just before. If you're using a paper character sheet, you're going to want a pencil and an eraser. I don't like using pencil, I like to use pen. So when I first started playing, I was tempted to use a pen, but you're gonna want to use a pencil because you're going to have to erase certain things like the amount of gold you have, or even the amount of health you have at any given time. And so having a pencil really helps you make those changes as you need to throughout the game. You'll also need, if you are going with the digital route for your character sheet, and there are a lot of digital options out there, D&D Beyond has a really good character creation tool that is super nice. You have to purchase some of the other books on their website to use all the different subclasses. You can pick any class. The free version is limited to one subclass for each class. So if you want to do a subclass that is not the default one, then you're going to have to purchase more things on D&D Beyond, but it is a really great tool for your first digital character sheet. I personally use a fillable PDF that I found online, and there's a link to that in the description of this video. I like it because it lets you type in everything in each of the different sections, and you can change the font size and the letter size for your words so that you can fit more in each of the boxes as you need to. It keeps it nice and neat. I can keep it on my computer, and I'll never lose it. So if you're going that route, you're going to want a tablet or a computer or your cell phone to use for the game. You're also going to want a notebook or a digital writing tool like Google Docs or Google Word, Word Office Word, whatever it is, because you're going to want to take notes during the game. Special NPCs you meet, items you have, a lot of things you can record on your character sheet, but some things like things that happen in the game, different puzzles you're trying to solve, you want to write those down. And trust me, the more you write down, the better, because the best players write things down. just trust me on that. That's all the materials you need. So you have a group, you have a time scheduled, you're ready to have fun, and you have all the materials you need. So now, you just need an adventure. Now, if you're playing with a dungeon master or a game master who's been playing for a while, they probably already have an adventure set up, as they should. If you are the one running the game, if you and your friends are new to the game completely and you've been volunteered or voluntold to be the dungeon master, then I would recommend purchasing actually the Dungeons & Dragons starter set. It's a box set that comes with dice, the game rules, and a pretty easy adventure to start you off. And so it's a pre-written module. It's called The Lost Mine of Phandelver, and it is a fantastic adventure for any beginners in D&D. And you don't have to be very experienced to play it. The module has all the rules, all the NPCs, all the encounters for the adventure in there. As a game master, if you're new, my first tip is read through the whole thing first before you run the session. You can change certain details as you want to. You can use different rules. All the rules in D&D are optional, but it has all the monster blocks and all of the events and things that you would possibly need to run that adventure. And if I didn't mention it, the starter set also comes with some pre-made character sheets. So it literally has everything you would need to start playing right away. Starter set is the way to go, and there's also a link to that in my description of this video. So hey, if you found value in this video, hit the like button, and please consider subscribing and hitting the bell so you can get more notifications from Pattycap Guy as I release more videos.